Imagine this. It's midnight in Yosemite, 50 photographers, a nearly full moon, a curtain of mist from the falls, and nothing. Hours pass, phones die, people go home cold and disappointed. And then, after the moon finally clears the canyon rim, a perfect silver arc blooms over the spray. Why did it take so long? Why did the moon have to be high enough? And what does that tiny delay teach us about every rainbow you'll ever see? Day or night, rainbows have a simple recipe: light, water, and the right geometry. When white light hits a spherical droplet, it bends. That's refraction. It bounces once inside. Reflection. Then it bends again as it leaves. That bend, bounce, bend splits white light into a spectrum. Red bending least, violet most, which is why the colors always line up the same way. The physics produces one immutable result. The colored light that reaches your eye comes from droplets sitting at a very specific angle relative to you and the light source. That angle is the magic, roughly 42 degrees. Because of that 42-degree rule, every rainbow you see is a circle centered on the point directly opposite the sun, the anti-solar point, which is marked by the shadow of your own head. So the rainbow is literally around your shadow. Usually, the horizon cuts off the bottom half, so you see an arc, and high above the ground, like from an airplane, you can sometimes see the full circle. That geometry explains why you rarely see rainbows at noon. When the sun is high, the anti-solar point drops below the horizon, and the whole 42-degree circle sits underground. It explains why no two people see the exact same rainbow. Each observer has a slightly different anti-solar point and their own set of droplets that satisfy the 42-degree rule, so every rainbow is a personal optical show. Sometimes you'll see a second, fainter arc outside the first, a double rainbow, formed by light that reflected twice inside the drop. The extra reflection flips the color order and pushes the secondary arc farther out and dimmer. The same physics runs at night. Moonbows are just rainbows made with moonlight. Moonlight is much fainter, so our eyes switch from cone cells, color vision, to rod cells, low light brightness vision, which is why moonbows usually look ghostly white to us, even though the colors are physically present. Point a camera at one with a long exposure, and the sensor will gather enough light to reveal vivid colors. That's exactly what happened in Yosemite. The photographers had moon, mist, and darkness, but the canyon walls blocked the moon until it rose high enough to hit the mist at the correct 42-degree geometry. Once it did, the moonbow appeared and lasted for over an hour. You don't need rain to make one. Mist from waterfalls, fountains, hose spray, or even soap bubbles will do. Any screen of tiny, roughly spherical droplets will produce a bow if the light source is behind you and the geometry lines up. Want to make a rainbow yourself? Stand with the sun behind you. Set a garden hose to a fine mist in front. Find your head's shadow. Then look up about 42 degrees into the spray. There's your personal arc. Can you touch a rainbow? No, it isn't a place in the sky. It's an angle and a fleeting alignment of light, water, and your eye. Move a meter and the show shifts. It's an illusion. Cameras and pilots give different views. Long exposures reveal night colors our eyes miss, and from the air, the ground doesn't cut off the circle, so pilots sometimes see a full circular rainbow. On other planets, if there are droplets and a light source, rainbows could exist too, but their angles and colors would change with atmosphere and light. The pot of gold myth is lovely, but physically impossible. The end moves with you because the geometry is tied to your position. The real magic is this: a rainbow is a personal, precise, and beautiful moment when physics lines up to make color. If you want to chase one, now you know what to hunt for. Light behind you, a screen of droplets ahead, a dark enough background, and that 42-degree line in space. And if you were one of those Yosemite photographers, stay late. Sometimes the whole show waits until the moon clears the rim. Now let us know in the comments. Have you ever seen a moonbow, a full circle rainbow from a plane, or any strange rainbow story? And if you know any rainbow facts, local myths, or crazy sightings I didn't mention, drop them below. Let's learn together. If this cleared things up, hit like, subscribe, and share so more people can see the physics behind the wonder.